Very good morning, students. Welcome back to the class Natural Resources. Today, we have to move on to the other topic of natural resources such as air pollution. We keep hearing of increasing levels of oxides of nitrogen and sulfur in the news. People often bemoan the fact that the quality of air has gone down since their childhood. How is the quality of air affected, and how does this change in quality affect us and other life forms? The fossil fuels like coal and petroleum contain small amounts of nitrogen and sulfur. When these fuels are burnt, nitrogen and sulfur too are burnt, and this produces different oxides of nitrogen and sulfur. These are the causes for the air pollution. You can see that is the smoke which is emitted by industries, it may be through chimneys, and even the smoke emitted by vehicles, and even you can see the other things. So all these what happen, they are going to release a number of sulfur, nitrogen, arsenic and other lead types of products to our environment, leading to the formation of air pollution. The most important air pollutants are carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, chlorofluorocarbon, and hydrocarbon. You can see here the picture, children. That is, hereby they are showing that is long range transport of aerosol and gases. So, how these are going to affect the environment by releasing the polluted gases to our environments. Effects of air pollution. Not only is the inhalation of these gases dangerous, they also dissolve in rain to give rise to acid rain. The combustion of fossil fuels also increases the amount of suspended particles in air. These suspended particles could be unburnt carbon particles or substances called hydrocarbons. Presence of high levels of all these pollutants cause visibility to be lowered, especially in cold weather when water also condenses out of air. This is known as smog and is a visible indication of air pollution. Studies have shown that regularly breathing air that contains any of these substances increases the incidence of allergies, cancer, and heart diseases. All increase in a content of these harmful substances in air are called as which one, that is air pollution. Children, you can see here the picture. On the bark of a tree, you can see certain plants which have started to grow. These are nothing but lichens. They are nothing but they are the indicators of a polluted air in our environment. Organisms called lichens are found to be very sensitive to the levels of contaminants like sulfur dioxide in the air. As discussed earlier, lichens can be commonly found growing on the barks of a tree as a thin greenish white crust. On the trees near roads, compare the incidence of lichen on a side facing the road on the other side away from the road. So they are telling you that is you have to compare your the roads on even the street roads where the vehicles are moving in a heavier. So thereby we can find the differences, that is wherever the pollutants are more, thereby we can see that is the presence of lichen in abundantly. Next, we have to move on to the other topic is a water. Water occupies a large area of Earth's surface and is also found underground. Some amount of water exists in the form of water vapor in the atmosphere. Most of the water on Earth's surface is found in areas that are seas and oceans and is saline. Fresh water is found frozen in the ice caps at the two poles and on snow covered mountains. The underground water and the water in rivers, lakes, and ponds is also fresh. However, the availability of fresh water varies from place to place. You can see the distribution of water here. That is, ocean occupies 97.2% and the only 2% of water we will be having 2.8%. That too in the form of we are going to have, that is which one, glaciers form, and even underground water, and you can see that is the water which is present in 0.0%. Biological importance of water. But why is water is so necessary? And do all organisms require water? Yes. All cellular process takes place in a water medium. All the reactions that takes place within our body and within the cell occur between substances that are dissolved in water. Substances are also transported from one part of the body to the other in a dissolved form. Hence, organisms need to maintain the level of water within their bodies in order to stay alive. Terrestrial life forms require fresh water for this because their bodies cannot tolerate or get rid of the high amounts of dissolved salts in saline water. Thus, water sources need to be easily accessible for animals and plants to survive on land. Next, we have is water pollution. Water dissolves the fertilizers and pesticides that we use in our farms. Children, you can see here the number of pictures are showing that is how the water is getting polluted. Hereby you can see how the water is getting contaminated. The boy is taking bath over there and they are washing their clothes and they are taking that same water and they are urinating and the animal is taking bath. Number of activities are taking part in that same water and thereby water gets contaminated, and these water whenever it is consumed it affects the health of a human being. So some percentage of these substances are washed into the water bodies. Sewage from our towns and cities and the water from factories are also dumped into the rivers or lakes. Specific industries also use water for cooling in various operations and later return this hot water to the water bodies. By the time when they release hot water to the water bodies, the organisms which are present in the water, that is aquatic forms, they die because of a hot temperature. Another manner in which the temperature of the water in rivers can be affected is when water is released from dams. The water inside the deep reservoir could be colder than the water at the surface which gets heated by the sun. So this is also another factor which fluctuates the temperature of water. All this can affect the life forms that are found in these water bodies in various ways. It can encourage the growth of some life forms and harm some other life forms. This affects the balance between various organisms which had been established in the system. So we use the term water pollution to cover the following effects. The addition of undesirable substances to water bodies. So what do you mean by the undesirable substances? Undesirable substances are nothing but they are the unwanted substances which are added to the water. These substances could be fertilizers and pesticides used in farming, or they could be poisonous substances like mercury salts which are caused by paper industries. These could also be disease causing organisms like bacteria which cause cholera. The another factor, the removal of desirable substances from water bodies. Dissolved oxygen is used by the animals and the plants that live in water. Any change that reduces the amount of this dissolved oxygen would adversely affect these aquatic organisms. Another nutrients could also be depleted from the water bodies. A change in temperature. Aquatic organisms are used to a certain range of temperatures in the water bodies where they live, and a sudden marked change in this temperature would be dangerous for them or affect their breeding. The eggs and larvae of various animals are particularly susceptible to temperature changes.